My name is Jim Stage. I worked at Fenton Art Glass from 1967 when I come back from Vietnam till 1985. I started out in the production end of it where we did selecting and packing and the quality control. And we also did a little work after hours at night and would make one-of-a-kind pieces, which I have quite a few of in my collection. Left Fenton's and went to B.F. Goodrich to work in a rubber plant, but still interested in glass, so I bought into a partnership with Williamstown Antique Mall, and I still mess with glass every day. So we deal with all kinds of glass, antique and new Fenton and old Fenton and other glass companies.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to go travel for Fenton's and see other glass houses, see how glass was made, and try to bring some of their techniques back to our handmade glass plant as far as melting glass and collars. Collars was a key thing with Fenton. And in our shop here we do have some pressed glass, which was done by mold making at Fenton's. Some of them took up to a year to make, just one mold, and then they would be put on a copy machine and copied. Some of the glass pieces in here were done in cherry wood molds that was soaked in water all the time so they wouldn't split. And in 1976 there was a line called the Barber Collection that was made, and we have some of those pieces in here now. So as we walk around, I'll point out some of those pieces. At one time, Fenton's employed 700 and some people. They're down now to about 125, but the technique's still the same. It's still handmade. Everything is, the molds are made by hand. It's pressed glass. The tops are finished in glory holes and what we call glazers, which would have flame coming on top of them to warm over the edges. We did end-of-day type glass where we would experiment, throw glasses together. Sometimes they were compatible, sometimes they wasn't, and those didn't survive. So I can show you around a little bit.
You were also saying before about the different furnaces that you worked on and did pots and switching them out hot and things like that.
Okay, yeah. We later on in my glass plant work, I became involved with maintenance, and I was in the combustion part of it with building what we call day tanks, which took 12 to 15 hours to melt the glass, and we built those by hand with laying block and brick, and did all the combustion to make them either an oxidizing atmosphere or a combustible atmosphere, and that made a difference in the way the glass melted and the collars. Then we had pots that we used, and they were crucibles that were looked like a little igloo. It had a gathering hole in it, and we had 12 of those in a circle. That was our main furnace. And then we had a burner, which was about 6 inches in diameter, with raw gas coming up, and that melted at 2,600 degrees the glass in those pots, which would be different colors in the circle. And every once in a while, one of the glasses would be corrosive enough that it would actually eat into the pot and eat a hole in it, and it would run into the furnace.